Hey guys, welcome to my channel Glen. My name's Glenn and I'm trying to share with you guys what I learned in the world of cryptocurrency. If you like this style of content, please give this video a thumbs up, and also if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Today we're going to be talking about what I've earned so far from my Z9 minis and also the big Z9, just as an update from the videos that I've done over the last couple of weeks. So I actually received the Z9 minis a month ago, and I thought this would be a good time to do a wrap up. So I have to sort of be honest up front that I actually mined solo for a whole week. So the figures that I'm showing you really are mining as part of a pool over the course of 3 weeks. So slightly confusing, but I just thought I'd let you guys know where I was at and what's happening. So you can see here my Exodus wallet. This is where my Z9 minis pay out to. So this is everything that I've earned from the Z9 minis. Now I did actually convert some Zcash into Stellar Lumens. I looked at their chart and I thought, oh, there's a good opportunity for them to rise in value. Not a huge amount, £56 worth. Obviously I've got Bitcoin, and obviously the majority of it is in Zcash. But this is with two Z9 minis, £256. But more importantly, I'm looking at this figure here. So I've actually earned 0.051318 worth of Bitcoin. So that is what them machines have earned me back over the last, let's say, 3 to 4 weeks. Now, if we compare that to the spreadsheet that I showed you guys, obviously I'm trying to keep track of what I've spent on mining altogether, and obviously just trying to recuperate the Bitcoin back. You can see here I've actually earned 0.05040788 of a Bitcoin. This is how much I need to remain to break even still. So I need to mine another 0.35, which if you look at that amount there, that is about another 5.5 months. So all in total, that would have taken me to about 6.5 months. I would imagine, again, that's probably going to get a little bit longer. Now that's without electricity costs. Now what I actually done was I actually tried to work out exactly how much they cost me in electricity, and I put some money aside and transferred it to another Bitcoin wallet for electricity costs, which I've done using Coinbase. I'll just see if I can get it up for you here. So I worked out the amount of Bitcoin that I've used in electricity was about 30, I think it was 36 pounds worth, but obviously Bitcoin's gone up in the last couple of days. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and transfer that from my Coinbase into my actual bank account, so I can use that to pay my electricity bill. So that's what I feel I've spent in Bitcoin value, and this is what I've got left remaining. So yeah, that's where I'm at, guys. Do I still wish that I just bought my Bitcoin and held on to it? At this point in time, yes. Obviously, if you are looking at this as a really long-term view, so if you was to add on 5.5 months from now, you're looking about March to April time before I even just break even in terms of Bitcoin value. So obviously that is a bit of a bummer, that is a bit of a downer, but it is good that, you know, I am earning a passive income, if you like. It's earning about $11 a day, which is obviously about £6–7 a day in British money. I'll just show you on my miners. You can see they're mining on average about 14,000 souls. I did actually lower the attempts because it's been really hot in the UK, especially for October time. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know if you can see in the background, there's quite a lot of sunlight coming through. It's actually quite a hot day. Normally it's really cold, but I thought I'd just lower the fan speeds, and they seem to be loving it at those sort of temperatures. They've been running now, you can see here, almost for 8 days straight without any sort of resets or issues. So that's really good news. The big Z9 has been running now for about 11 days straight without any issues at all. And that's on average running at 48,000 souls, which again is really good. The price of Zcash currently is $129. So although obviously I'm quoting these figures in Bitcoin value, obviously my biggest holding is Zcash, as I just showed you there. So I've got over a whole Zcash. If I actually go to my wallet, you can see that I've got 1.38. This is with Flypool. Flypool are really good actually. They literally pay you out every couple of hours. You can see here 2 to 3 hours I get paid, which is awesome. It's nice to just have that regular steady income coming in. But if I'm being completely honest, looking at it from obviously the outside in, if I was to recommend this to someone watching this video, would it be worth getting one of these machines? Probably not, because I would be in a better financial position today if I was just to have held on to my Bitcoin, because I would have almost half a whole Bitcoin, whereas now at the moment I have 5% of the whole Bitcoin, and obviously it's going to look like it's going to take me a while to break even. So yeah, that's my honest opinions on it. I know some people commented and sent me some feedback saying, Glenn, you're looking at it short term and you're not looking at the future potential, but I'm trying to be realistic. I'm not you know, die-hard mining fan. I'm not, obviously I've always loved the thought of it, but I need to look at it as, I don't want this to be another thing that I lose money in cryptocurrency. So yeah, it's really hard to actually justify mining, especially using these ASIC miners and GPUs at the moment. All the videos that I've been watching pretty much have been really negative, and that is because of the bear market that we're in. Bitcoin is sort of really steady at the moment. It's probably been the most steady I've ever seen it. It jumped up to 6.6, which was really good, but now it's starting to dip back down again. So that 6.5K it has been for about 3 or 4 weeks now. As I mentioned in my last video, we were coming to a period where there was a lot of technical analysis guys were saying that we're heading into this wedge. I don't know how to do it on the camera with Bitcoin price, and that would generally lead to either a big shoot up or a big shoot down. But once it went out of one of those parameters of that triangle, it would either continue to shoot up like that or go down. We haven't seen that yet, oddly enough. So everyone was saying, oh yeah, Saturday's the day. Then someone said Sunday was the day. Then they said Monday was the day. Now we're Tuesday. Still, the price is about the same. So yeah, you could turn around and say, well, Glenn, what if we have a big bull run in Bitcoin price? Then my theory is I would have loved to have obviously held, the 0.4 of a Bitcoin. I would rather be holding on to that in a bull run than be holding on to that, if you see what I mean. So again, I still would prefer to have held on to my Bitcoin as opposed to the mining machine. The only way that this is really going to pay off, and I'm being completely honest, this is the only way I can see anyone of making any money on this, is obviously if you're mining an altcoin, like I am. Obviously Flypool generally just mine Zcash, and I just haven't got around to converting it. The only way this is really going to pay off for me is if that Zcash that I hold, if you look down here, gains traction against Bitcoin. So let's just say there's a massive bull run in Bitcoin. That's still no good to me because I'd rather hold on to Bitcoin. But let's say there's a massive bull run on altcoins, and altcoins actually exceed what Bitcoin's doing. Then I'll be able to convert my Zcash back into Bitcoin, and therefore I would have gained more Bitcoin, quicker return on investment, and that's the only way I can see it happening. But you're relying on quite a lot of parameters there. So you're relying on Bitcoin going on a bull run, then the altcoins going on a bull run after, and outperforming Bitcoin, which we have seen in the past. So it is achievable. And you really need to be holding on to an altcoin that you really, really think is going to do well. That's the other key as well. So, yeah, it's a tough one. And I sort of wish, obviously, I just held on to the Bitcoin that I had. But saying that, I'm learning loads every day and I'm enjoying it. And it is quite fun actually earning money every day from a shed at the end of my garden. So that's really good. enough of the Z9 minis. Now let's look over to the big Z9. Now I actually done this differently because I have got a partner with me on the big Z9, and I wanted to keep all the money completely separate, so it wasn't going into my Exodus, and I wasn't getting confused with how much Bitcoin that's mining a day versus the Z9 minis. So I've kept them completely separate. I actually use a wallet called Jax, which is an iOS app, and you can see here the amount of Bitcoin, 0.024, which is $156 worth. That is from the start of October, so I'm doing that in months. So I'll show you what I mean. This is a quick overview. It looks complicated, but I've separated into separate months. So in the whole of September, I actually was mining with that machine for about a week. And obviously now we're in October. I was mining from October the 1st to October the 31st, so I can clearly see what it earns over the course of a whole month, minus electricity, and then obviously see what we're left with after that. But to give you the overall figures on this, since I've been mining with that Z9 Mini, the big one, that has achieved 0.045 of a Bitcoin, so obviously catching up quite quickly to the Z9 Minis. Obviously I've had the Z9 Minis longer. This has only been mining for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. This has been about 4 weeks. So this is catching up pretty quickly, but obviously it cost a lot more to buy this machine at the beginning. That actually cost just over half a Bitcoin, and obviously we're not even 10% of the way there. So I assume obviously this is going to take another 10 times 2 weeks is 20 weeks. So you're looking at, again, another 5.5 months, 6 months to actually get a return on investment. Now, slightly different with the big Z9. I'm actually mining using Pro Hashing, which is a website. I'm not endorsing or recommending them in any way. It's just that's what I'm using. You know, choose what you want. But this was an easy way for me to actually just detach myself from how much Zcash is worth versus Bitcoin on any given day, and obviously get it paid into a different wallet. So this converts whatever I mine, whatever's the most profitable coin within that, say, hour or 10 minutes, it converts it automatically into Bitcoin. They too take just under 5% fee though. So it is high, but it's instant transfer, and that's all I receive. I just receive Bitcoin. I ain't got to worry about conversion rates and stuff like that. So this is what it's earning every day. So you can see here around $18 to $17 minus this about $4 a day. So it's looking like it's earning about $13 to $15 a day, which obviously is a lot lower than what I was expecting to achieve from that machine. So yeah, that's again a bit negative. Would it have been better to just hold on to that half a Bitcoin? Yes, by the looks of things now. But again, so only if Bitcoin goes on a massive bull run, then I would have still rather held on to the Bitcoin. If I continue doing this and I get past my return on investment in Bitcoin value and I exceed that, I start earning more Bitcoin than I started off with, then yeah, it was all worth it, and all that pain and agony and 6 months of having this hot fan running all the time was all worth it. But as of today, as of 2 or 3 weeks into it, as of a month having the Z9 Minis, no, it's not worth it. You are better off to just hold on to your Bitcoin, especially at these sort of low prices. If we do go on a bull run, then I would rather have held on to the Bitcoin. I'm sorry if that's really negative, but I'm trying to be as honest and transparent with you guys as possible. That's always been my mission on this channel. I've always been honest, always been transparent, and it may upset some people, it may piss people off, but that's how I feel. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the general state of mining at the moment? Please comment down below. Also, you can chat to me using Telegram. The link to that is down below. And send us a message. There's almost 200 people in there now, and we all chat about mining, crypto, charts every day. So join us down below for that. My videos have been a bit erratic recently when I've done them. I've sort of really slowed down. Couple of contributing factors to that. One, I'm in the process of moving, hence why there's a load of junk behind me, because we're trying to store stuff. But I'm in the process of moving, so it's really difficult to say, okay, I'm going to go and spend 2 or 3 hours making a video. Also, the other contributing factor is I've really, I don't know how to word this in the right way, but I'm becoming more of a crypto, I don't know how to word it. Basically, all I care about is Bitcoin. I don't care about any of the others. I've lost faith in any of the altcoins, any of the ICOs. They're now talking about, everyone wants to do stable coins, like for different, you know, someone wants to do one for Japanese yen, stable crypto. One wants to do one for British pounds. Obviously, there's few for US dollars. That seems to be the next big thing. There seems to be a lot of talk about doing sort of ICOs or dApps onto the actual Bitcoin blockchain as opposed to Ethereum, which obviously is going to be a big competitor to Ethereum. It's going to make Ethereum even more, I don't know how to word it, less attractive. So I've lost faith in all of these, and all I want to do is buy Bitcoin, hold on to it, and accumulate as much as possible. I have been keeping an eye, and I know this is a very touchy subject, especially in the mining community, because a lot of people look at me and say, Glenn, you've only been in the game 5 minutes, you don't know what you're talking about, it's all about long term, and I completely understand that, but I'm always keeping my options open and keeping an open mind as to what is the best route to go down. So I have actually listed my Z9 minis. Originally I put them on there for 1,150. Someone offered me £1,000 for each, so £2,000 in total. I rejected that. Someone then offered me, I think 900. I rejected that. Someone offered me 850. And just recently I negotiated with someone 875, and even then I hesitated and I thought, no, actually I want to keep them. So now, looking at the way they're going, they seem to be selling for around £500 to £550, which obviously I would be making a loss if I was to do that. So I've lowered the selling price that I'm willing to accept on them down to £750. Again, I'm still not sure if I want to do that. I mean, they're earning me, the Z9 minis, obviously, as you guys have seen, almost £300 a month, so why would I want to sell them for £750? But keeping my options open in case obviously something happens with the market and the profitability goes down on them even further. Sorry to rabbit on so much. I'll just take you over to what to mine. And just to give you an example, both of my Z9 minis, as you saw, I showed you, they're running on average around 14 to 14,500 souls. So if we put 14,000 souls with a power consumption of 320, if we calculate that, they're generally earning about $4.50 a day. Now, bearing in mind, that is with Bitcoin going up in price and a lot of the altcoins going up. Only slightly, sort of 1–2%, but they've gone up and the profitability has gone down. So that tells me that if Bitcoin was to drop even further, these would be pretty close to being non-profitable. So they're all the things that are on my mind recently. Again, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment down below. Please let me know what you're doing in this downtime of crypto. I think I'm just going to have the view of just every time I get some money, put in maybe 10% of whatever money I gain into Bitcoin and just holding it, as opposed to mining. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Sorry I've dragged on so long. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.